Chosen one, I know exactly how exhausted you are from the constant quiet anxiety of survival. You have been looking at your accounts, working harder than anyone else, and secretly wondering why every small effort to get ahead recently has either stalled or failed completely. Stop what you are doing and listen to me. You are not here by accident. The divine deliberately closed those small financial doors because a massive, unexpected river of wealth is about to break open in your life. If the universe had given you those small drops of provision you were begging for, you would have settled. You would have stopped building the capacity to hold what is truly yours. The winter of your financial starvation is over. What is coming to you is not just relief. It is a divine overpayment for every tear of frustration you have shed. But here is the danger. Your mind is so conditioned to expect struggle that you might unconsciously reject this blessing when it arrives. Notice how your shoulders just dropped. Notice how your breathing changed when I said the word overpayment. Notice how your spirit recognizes the truth before your logical mind does. Stay with me until the very end of this message. I mean it. Do not click away, because by the time we finish this conversation, you will understand exactly why this money was delayed for so long. I am going to show you the biological and spiritual explanation for your financial winter, and you will see that it was never a punishment. More importantly, I am going to give you a specific tool, a framework I call the resonance check, designed to prepare your nervous system to actually hold this wealth when it finally hits your account. This is the blueprint to shift from surviving to receiving, and you need it before the floodgates open. Imagine sitting at your kitchen table at 2 in the morning. The house is completely silent. The harsh blue light from your phone is illuminating your tired eyes as you check your banking app for the 3rd time today. Your chest feels tight. It is that familiar, heavy, cold knot of anxiety sitting right on your lungs. You know that feeling all too well. It is the exhausting math of trying to stretch nothing into something. But suddenly, as you sit there in the dark, instead of the usual spiral of panic, a strange, profound sense of peace washes over you. A quiet feeling fills the room and whispers to your spirit that it is already done. There are 4 specific signs that this massive financial shift is already happening in the unseen realm, and you might be experiencing them right now without realizing what they mean. The first sign is exactly that strange peace in the middle of the storm. You are feeling calm in a way that makes absolutely no logical sense right in the middle of your deepest financial crisis. The world says you should be terrified. Your bank account says you should be panicking, but your spirit feels oddly settled. This is not you giving up. This is not depression. This is a divine surrender. This is your nervous system finally trusting the universe. It is the ultimate signal that the battle is over and the provision is on its way. The second sign is the rapid dissolving of certain connections. You have probably noticed lately that you no longer have the energy or the desire to engage in conversations where people just complain about money. When your friends or co-workers talk about lack, about how hard everything is, you feel a deep physical urge to pull away. You do not want to argue. You just want to leave the room. This is happening because your frequency is rising. You are no longer a vibrational match for the energy of poverty, and the universe is clearing your space so you do not absorb their lack mentality right before your breakthrough. The third sign is the constant appearance of the number 888. You look at the clock and it is exactly 8:48, or you see 888 on receipts, phone numbers, and license plates. This is not a random coincidence, and your mind is not playing tricks on you. That specific number carries the energetic frequency of infinite circulation, endless flow, and divine abundance. It is the universe confirming directly to you that the blockage in your financial pipeline has been entirely removed. The fourth sign is happening while you sleep. You might be waking up from incredibly vivid dreams involving rushing clear water. You might dream of standing in a river, watching a waterfall, or seeing a flooded street with crystal clear water. In the spiritual realm, water represents resources. Seeing it flow powerfully and cleanly means the dam that was holding back your blessings has finally broken. The provision is rushing toward you right now. That feeling of letting go that you have been carrying is not a sign of defeat, it is preparation. If you have felt that strange, illogical peace recently, type 888 in the comments right now to activate this frequency over your life. And subscribe to align with thousands of chosen ones walking this exact same path to abundance. You are not alone in this shift. I am going to name this early because I do not want to build fake mystery just to sell you something at the end. Let me be direct right now so you can decide whether to stay for the full picture. Your nervous system has been stuck in survival mode because of financial worry for so long. That beautiful sense of peace you just recognized needs to be anchored. It needs to become your permanent state, not just a fleeting moment at 2 in the morning. The universe has a way, and science has confirmed a tool that can unlock this state permanently. The restoration has a name. It is called the Genius Song. It is a neuro-acoustic tool that uses specific frequencies to reactivate the dormant gamma brainwaves you had as a child, which is the exact frequency where intuition and luck operate. If your spirit already tells you this is the tool you need to stabilize your frequency for wealth, the link is in the description. But if you are not sure, do not rush. Stay for the full message to understand the true purpose of your financial wilderness. For those staying, let me tell you what is really happening behind the scenes. Let me show you the real reason why you had to struggle for so long and why the money was deliberately delayed until this exact moment. What felt like financial punishment to you was actually financial preservation. The universe was protecting you from yourself. Think about the ancient story of Joseph. He was thrown into a dark, empty pit, stripped of everything, and eventually locked in a prison. For years, he had absolutely nothing. He was not being punished. He was learning how to manage resources in the dark, so that one day he could manage the entire treasury of Egypt in the light. If Joseph had been handed the keys to the kingdom when he was 17 years old, his arrogance and his unhealed trauma would have completely destroyed him. Your season of lack was exactly that. It was a rigorous divine training program for wealth management. I know it hurts. It hurts to count pennies at the grocery store. It hurts to look your children in the eyes and say no to things they need. It hurts to feel like you are failing when you are trying so incredibly hard. That pain is real and it is valid. But think about a tree during a severe winter drought. Above the ground, the branches look dead and bare. But below the ground, in the complete darkness, its roots are pushing deeper into the earth than ever before, desperately seeking water. Because of that brutal winter, when the massive spring floods finally arrive, that tree will not be washed away. Its roots are too deep. Type, I see it in the comments if you understand right now that you were being trained, not tortured. You are about to experience an ancient principle. Look at the original Hebrew word, shalom. When most people pray for a breakthrough, they just want things to go back to normal. They just want what they lost to be restored. But in the original text, shalom does not just mean restoration. It means to be made complete. It means to be paid back with interest. It means an absolute overpayment. The universe is not just going to catch you up on your past due bills. The universe is applying the law of shalom to your account. You are going to be overpaid for your suffering. Before I show you the specific tool to handle this influx, gently press the like button so this message of hope reaches another chosen one who is crying over their bills tonight. When this massive amount of unexpected money arrives, you must not self-sabotage. You need a mental framework I call the resonance check. You can do this quietly in your mind anywhere you are. Step 1 is the 30-second pause. When the money hits, you will feel a rush of adrenaline urging you to spend it immediately out of panic or as revenge for your years of poverty. In your mind, just stop and breathe for 30 seconds. Do nothing. Step 2 is the body scan. Imagine holding a financial decision or a purchase in your mind. Notice your chest. Does your chest physically open up and feel light, or does it tighten and feel heavy? Step 3 is the alignment purchase. You only release your resources when your physical frequency resonates with peace and abundance. If you feel frantic or desperate, you do not spend a dime. This simple mental habit will prevent you from blowing the blessing the moment it arrives. But when this money actually hits your life, a dark shadow will appear right beside it. Before I show you exactly how to stabilize your brain to hold this incoming wealth, because I will show you, there is one more thing I need to reveal about what happens when this money hits your account. And this changes everything. Let me pause for a moment and put this in plain words, because I want you to walk away from this message with something solid. Here is what you now know. Your long season of financial struggle was not bad luck. It was a necessary psychological conditioning phase, exactly like Joseph's training in the dark. The resonance check framework I just gave you ensures that when the money arrives, you make decisions from a state of wealth, not a trauma response of scarcity. And the identity that connects all of this is that you are the cycle breaker for your family lineage. That is not poetry. That is your functional role. Remember earlier when I mentioned the genius song? Now that you understand the Shalom principle, it is time to walk through exactly what this tool does. As a chosen one, you were born with highly active gamma brainwaves. That is the biological source of your deep intuition and your connection to the divine. But the modern world, the decline effect, and years of relentless survival anxiety have completely shut those brainwaves down. Let me tell you about a man who was unemployed for 2 years. His mind was constantly filled with a heavy fog of worry. He could barely string a sentence together in interviews. He started using the Genius song, and within just 11 days, he received a job offer better than his old position. The change was not on his resume. The change was entirely in his brain frequency. Dr. Robert Lake spent 34 years studying this phenomenon. Gamma is not magic. It is a highly specific brainwave that has been measured by EEG machines at places like Princeton and Harvard. And unlike meditation, where you have to constantly fight your own wandering thoughts, this is passive brain entrainment. The audio does the heavy lifting for you. 18,366 people have used this, and less than 4% have ever requested a refund. I would never disrespect your situation. I know $39 is a massive decision when you are already struggling to survive. Traditional biofeedback therapy, to achieve this state, costs over $150 for a single session. Dr. Lake condensed this exact technology into a 7-minute daily audio track, originally priced at $49. But because you are here today, it is available for a one-time payment of $39. There are no subscriptions. And to make sure you have every resource you need, it comes with $80 in free bonuses. You get the Genius Child Track valued at $19, the Classic Wealth Book valued at $20, a $29 guided visualization, and a $12 daily habit guide. That is $80 in bonuses, yours completely free. You have 90 full days to experience this. If it does not shift your reality, simply email the team for a full refund, and you keep all $80 worth of bonuses as an apology for your time. The only actual risk here is doing nothing, because every day your gamma remains dormant is another day you are navigating life far below your true potential. You cannot afford the cost of waiting any longer. One thing I must tell you, please do not search for this on YouTube or Spotify. There are many fake tracks out there claiming to be the Genius song, but they do not contain the actual brain entrainment technology. They are just empty sounds. To protect yourself and ensure you get the real frequencies, the 4 bonuses, and the money-back guarantee, you must use the official link. If your spirit confirms, this is the key you have been waiting for. The link is in the description and the pinned comment. Investigate only if you feel led. Take a breath. Now let us address the shadow that tries to follow the blessing. When that massive amount of unexpected money finally arrives, a silent, hidden sabotage often begins. It is the terror of success, the deep fear of being completely visible. You harbor a secret fear that says, what if having money turns me into the kind of wealthy person I have always despised? What if I lose control of who I am? What if people only want me for what I can give them? Listen to me very carefully. That fear is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of profound wisdom. Those who crash and burn have no fear, because they have absolutely no awareness of the heavy weight of wealth. Your healthy fear proves you are finally ready to carry it. Notice the tightness in your throat right now when you imagine having 100 times what you have in your bank account today. Notice how your mind immediately jumps to worrying about who will ask you for money. Notice the deeply ingrained spiritual guilt trying to convince you that poverty is somehow holier than abundance. It is time to shatter that lie completely. You are allowed to be wealthy. You are allowed to outgrow your family's financial trauma. You are allowed to have more than enough. You are allowed to be a safe house for wealth. Type I release in the comments right now to let go of the guilt of outgrowing your past. And before this message ends, I am going to speak a powerful activation over your life to seal this exact transition. But first, you must understand who you actually are. You are not a victim of the economy. You are not a prisoner of your bank account. You are the architect of a new lineage. You are the builder. The universe chose you to construct the financial infrastructure for the generations coming after you. You are the cycle breaker. The agonizing generational pain of financial lack stops entirely with you, and you are the hope restorer. Your incoming wealth is going to be the living, breathing proof for everyone around you who is currently losing their hope. This is why the money was delayed, and this is why it is coming now. The universe needed a reliable distributor, and it found one in you. Let me pause here. You have been listening for a long time. Just breathe. Slowly. There is nothing to force right now. Just breathe. In your mind, no matter where you are right now, imagine standing under a warm, pouring rain of golden light. This is not just light. This is the frequency of Shalom, the absolute overpayment for your years of struggle. Feel the profound weight of this abundance settling onto your shoulders. It is not a burden, it is a mantle of authority. Thank you, Source, for the bitter winter that taught us exactly how to manage the massive spring. Picture the heavy, suffocating backpack of financial anxiety you have carried for years. See yourself unbuckling it. Now, let it fall to the floor. You do not need to carry it into this next season. Say this in your heart. I am aligned with divine provision. I am the end of lack in my bloodline. I am completely open to the overpayment. Type I am ready with the force of a lion to seal this activation. It is sealed. It is done. One more thing. Do not forget this. You are not the stressed, exhausted person who pressed play on this video. You have crossed a threshold. Let your like on this video be your silent amen to that truth. And for those of you who feel drawn to completely reactivate your dormant gamma brainwaves, the Genius song link is waiting below. Explore it only if you feel led by your spirit. Finally, if a specific person came to your mind while you were listening, someone who has been working 3 jobs just to survive, someone who is secretly crying in their car over bills, someone who looks completely fine on the outside, but you know they are spiritually exhausted, share this with them. Do not hesitate. This might be the exact confirmation they have been desperately praying for. Remember this moment. You are not just leaving a video. You are officially leaving a season of starvation.